Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another, just a craft with me. We're going to be making some clusters. They're going to be kind of tallish, more like a strip cluster, I believe is what I'm aiming for. I'm working on the Grungy Bee journal. This is the last ephemera making video I'm going to do for this project because I need to get the journal done. I have so many projects stacking up behind me that I have got to get going. So I'm going to be finishing up the journal off camera. I will come back and we will do the binding, doing the exposed spine as I had already promised that I would do. So between this video and the next one, I will be doing all of my sewing around the page edges. I will also be doing some stamping on some of the blank pages. I will also be probably adding some lace and textile stuff, and then we'll come back and again we will do the exposed spine together. But I do need clusters. So what I did is I went ahead and ran my, this is the Summer Bees Fussy Cut paper, one of the papers, and so we're going to use these as our kind of some focal points, I'm hoping, for this project. We'll see. And they may not end up being strips. They may end up being my standard kind of clusters. I'm not sure what I'm really kind of in the mood for. So I've got some textiles here. I'm just going to set some stuff aside, and I may need to reach for some more things. We'll see. Some little specialty paper here, some book pages, some sewing pattern paper, some vellum, and then some coffee dyed paper and some digital images. Obviously we won't be using all of those in today's project, but I thought I would go ahead and get them out. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to reach in here into my drawer and pull out some other bits like some embossed paper. I completely forgot to do that. And let's see what else we've got. We've got that rose, just to add a little bit more dimension here. We've got a little bit of this paper, which is really pretty. And so I'm going to have some times here where I'm not really doing a lot of talking because the clusters can take a bit of time, the sorting and stuff of them. So I don't like that one. Hold on. Hold the fort. Ooh, that one's really pretty. So that is the current plan. Look at this embossed paper. Isn't that gorgeous? I think this was one of my mixed media paper copies, so I think we'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and set this stuff aside, and we're going to get going. So I'm going to just kind of keep these papers divided up kind of by type so that we can kind of just grab. So I'm going to put the vellum paper stuff together, and then my paper. These are just like strips of paper. That's a little bit of beautiful mixed media paper that I made. I thought that would be fun. Some coffee dyed paper just to add a little bit of interest. This is looks like a scrap of some mixed media paper. This is the original. That'll be pretty. So, I hope you guys are doing okay. I am. I have a cold again, but you know, it's just par for the course with working with special needs kids. I can usually stay pretty okay with the general population, but when our kiddos in our DSP room, our special ed room, get sick and they come all with their snotty noses and you're wiping noses, and even though we're, you know, I'm using hand sanitizer because I can't really always step away to the bathroom to wash my hands. they're still getting me. So just separating that stuff out a little bit. There we go. So if I sound a little stuffy, that is why. So what my thought was is I wanted to start with some strips of paper. I'm going to move my mouse so I don't turn the video off by mistake. And so I thought we would come in and do some strips like this. So I need to get this stuff out of the way. So like this. Now I don't like this side's okay because I tore it with my tear ruler. Maybe I'll do that some more. Oops, paper falling on the floor. I have my sewing machine plugged in next to me in case I want to do some sewing, but I thought we would see if we can get this torn down a little bit. I need to pull my garbage can closer. Oh, that was my watercolor paper that fell on the floor. Hold on. I have a project coming up where we're going to do a little bit of watercoloring, just in a small scope. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of, oh my goodness, Cara-Renee. So I have a 4-day weekend here. I'm so happy for that because I'm very tired and I'm pulling my garbage can over. But Halloween is this coming week and we don't have school on Halloween day or the day after. So I'm glad of that. I think this would actually be a good base. I'm not going to use both of those for a base. And then I thought this would make a nice base as well. So I'm going to tear this down a little bit as well. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting some things caught up in here in the studio because, again, I've got a lot of things on my mind, a lot of things planned, and I need to start making some room for that. So there we go. And I'm just sorting through some more of these. I think we'll do like 4 of them on camera. I really loved this paper, so I think we'll tear that one down. And let's see what else we've got. I want a firm piece of paper on the bottom, so I'm picking the ones that have their 65-pound weight paper for the base. Oh, this is a great one right here. So I think we'll go with those. I'm going to just set those aside really quick. Let me just tear these ones down. Okay, so I do need a lot of clusters, so I will not be doing all of these on camera, but I will work on them after I shut the camera off and show you all of them in the photos at the end of the video, as I typically do. So we've got 4. I've got one that's a little bit longer, and then we've got those 3. So now we want some vellum and some other specialty paper. So let me see what we've got here. I think it would be fun to bring in some of this paper that's got some design on it, just to make some prettiness. So generally if you haven't watched me do clusters before, I love doing clusters. They're one of my favorite things. But if you haven't seen me do it before, I like to have different paper types on here to really to just create some beautiful layers in the project. I'm not sure I like that one. I think I want this darker one. This is the vellum. This is vellum that I printed on. I think I'm just going to tear this bee in half. I'm sorry, bee. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit as well. And some of these extra bits we can use, so that's a nice little scrap there. And then I don't like to have any straight edges when I'm doing this. So let's see if we've got that one on there. Should we put that one on there? Oh, that's so pretty even as it is, without much to do at all. Or here, because that's a really nice piece. Let's see if we can use this one instead. It's a little bit, and keep it taller rather. So that won't be the next layer. We'll probably put some book page or something behind there. So let me go ahead and set these up here. I always get a little bit cattywampus when I get to this point. The things are buzzing around in my head. So, and again, I always pull more than I need, so forgive me for that. I'm going to grab some book pages here. See what I can get on here. So see the interest that is created just by putting various papers underneath, and that is absolutely gorgeous as it is. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside, and kind of when I hit that sweet spot, I'm going to stop and we're going to start gluing some papers together, because I think that it helps with my flow to just kind of start getting some things glued together. And so I like to have, again, book pages or some kind of script or music paper, textiles and things. Now I think I'm going to see what I have here for something to put down the side of this. Sorry guys, that's all in my way now. I like to have a piece of lace to go on the side. I don't use all of that. I really just want what's on the edge, so I'm going to just trim that off there. This is coffee dyed and lace that I have also applied some acrylic ink to. So, and basically is all I want is that edge, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim that off. We'll use the other piece somewhere else, hopefully. I don't know if you guys ever get to the point where with a journal that you're just like, okay, I've hit that part where I'm just ready to be done with this theme or this, you know, looking at the same stuff over and over again. That's kind of where I'm at with this journal. Even though I've loved it, it's been really fun and beautiful, I am definitely done. I'm going to trim that off so that it's even with the lace. It's going to create a little bit of a straight edge, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, so now we've got our vellum, which is so beautiful. Super easy ephemera to make for the clusters rather. So I'm going to use my Bearly Arts here. This may or may not show through. I don't worry about it. But you do want to get a generous amount because vellum curls, so as you can even see there, as it's getting wet with this glue, it's wanting to curl up, but that's okay. Grab that up, put her down like that. I almost feel like these may not need a focal image, they may just need a word, depending on what I end up putting as the top layer. So typically with something like this, I would have more layers, but I love this just the way it is. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not adding anything. I will probably put a word on it, but I don't have any prepared right now. So I will come back to that off camera and show you the pictures at the end. So we have this one. So let's get a little bit more elaborate here. Some vellum on there. Oh, I love that. Get a little bit of color here, but I do want to have something between these two layers. So let's see what we've got here. Got this lace, which is kind of thickish, but I don't mind. So I am gonna try to preserve the excess. So let me get this up here and trim that off about right there. And as I've mentioned before, I do like to put what I like in my journal. So I don't care if it bulks it up. I allow for that in my spine. So I don't like to be restricted in my creativity with my journals. So let's get this stuff inked up and then we can see how we're going to put it together. So it is a beautiful, beautiful fall day. I believe it is the 28th? I think it's the 28th of October. And is it? Let me see. Let me check my watch. I don't even have my watch on. Yeah, it's the 28th. It's Saturday the 28th. And it is cold outside. But the skies are blue and the air is crisp. So beautiful. So beautiful. I had a really nice breakfast with my sister, my older sister, this morning, and yeah, it was good. It was good. Not the food, the company was really good. The food was okay too, but so I am going to leave all that on because I don't want to have it unravel. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this, and we can see the music paper through it, and it's, well, you know what? That's not very thick. I wonder if we should reverse that and have this be the base like that. Let me think about this a second. Put the paper on top. Okay, our book page is a little bit too big, so I'm going to trim that down. Sweet. Do we want the vellum? Yeah, I think I want the vellum on top. So let's just go for it. Again, not overthinking, just kind of just doing what looks right at the moment, kind of going with my first impression. So here we go. And I want that base paper to be seen. So this is the digital, that's 65-pound paper print. So, and then we've got our vellum. That feels like it's also a little bit long, so wide, excuse me. So I'm gonna tear that down. You got that edge. And do we want anything else here? I feel I need something from the Bee collection, or, oh, this would be really pretty, wouldn't it? What would that look like? I don't want to cover up all that music paper though, so I'm not going to do that. This one we might have to just go with this being our cluster, because I should have put this in a little bit of a different order for it to go a different direction. So let's look at our little fussy cuts and see if anything is calling our name here. So these are all from My Porch Prints. That would tie in. I want it to tie in this color if I use this one. So I think I'll use a little bit of this paper here. So this is my embossed paper. And I'm gonna just tear that down a little bit, trying to retain that blue. When it's embossed though, this is what it does. It just kind of tears all to smithereens. But that's also the beauty of it. So I love that. We're losing a lot of our music paper, but we can see bits of it poking through. I love that right there. That is it. So that means that vellum is really not going to come into play for this one, and that is okay. It's okay to change your mind with what visually looks good. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to ink up some of that white core so that it's not so abrupt. There we go. I love that. I love that torn look too. Oh, you know what you know when you know it. So trust your gut, trust your instinct. Don't think about how somebody else would see it. Don't think about if somebody else would like it. Even if you're making it for, if you're doing a commission work, yeah, you'd want to probably think about if the person you're making it for is going to like what you're choosing. But when you're just making it and you're going to sell it to just to sell it or give it away, just do what makes you happy, okay? So let's go ahead and get this inked up. It's a little bit too clean and yellow for me, but I don't want to fade out that blue. That is gorgeous, but we do need something under it to just make it kind of pop a little bit. How about a little bit of this gauze, or what is this, cheesecloth maybe? This is some stuff that I dyed. Get that off. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Right there. Okay. And yes, I get excited when things come together. I love clusters though. I'm going to sit here turn on a YouTube video and catch up on some of my watching of my favorite creators and do some more clusters this afternoon. I have big goals for my 4-day weekend though. So this is day 1. Alrighty, so let's get that in there right about like so. I'll still have room for a sentiment or something at the top, but that is amazing. Love it. Love it. I love how I had that. It's not exactly the same color, but you kind of get the inference there that they go together. So that is cluster 2. So let's go ahead and go on to this one. This one I think I'm going to make pretty simple because it is very bold as it is right now. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to find something that I can put under this. Maybe this piece that's a little bit, well, stronger, and then do some layering up of the papers to create a stronger base for my music paper or book page, probably music paper. So let me just tear this down. I love how this is peeking through, so I think that's going to be lovely. Yeah. So let's start inking. This is an even edge, though I don't like that. Okay, we're going to start gluing some stuff down here. I'm just using my Fabri-Tac because it's just easier, always easier than anything else. So I did make the last kind of update in my studio the end of the week, where I bought my last calyx unit and put it behind my door. And I ordered the inserts that have like the shelf that fits in the 13 by 13 cube, and so I can divide that space so that I can put my project baskets in there, because they're always like stacking and I got them on the floor and it's just always just a mess. So that's working out really, really well. So let's see, I've got this lace over here, which I just think is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I love that, like that right there. So let's see what that looks like. So we're not going to see the book page on the other side, but that's okay. And I want that to hang out, or maybe I want it to kind of go, yeah, I want it down the side, and I'll cut off the excess, but I am loving that. Maybe we'll put a little bit of vellum underneath or on top of the book page first. So this is from the kit from My Porch Prints. It's not very bold, so I'm not going to use that. I think I'll use this just to keep, oh, you know what? Let's use some, let's see if this will go. Yes, I like that. This is one of the one of the pages from one of the Bee kits that I've been using. That's got a nice image on it. So again, all of the kits that I've used in anything in this Grungy Bee project, I've linked. So, and I'm going to have an announcement at the end. I have decided that I am going to give this journal away, so please watch all the way to the end and I will tell you how to qualify. So I'm going to make myself a note so I don't forget though, because I'm kind of like that. So let me just make a quick note here. Drawing details. And the reason is I don't have a reason to sell my work. I just don't. I get a lot of joy from just giving stuff away. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. So get this down. I love that. Isn't that so beautiful? And so I want this to go down before the other bee paper here. So let's go ahead and get this glued on. Let me just think about how far I want that to go over. I'm not liking that string hanging out there. So beautiful. I don't want it to hang out too much though, maybe like that. So I think I'll come over with my glue clear over here. I'm going to get as much in this area just to make it, you know, really, really adhere well where it can. Because obviously there's a lot going to be hanging over the edge here. So let's just get that on there like that. I don't mind if it hangs up over the top there, but I don't want it all hanging out over the bottom necessarily. Well, do I? That would be very different for me. But it is a Grungy Bee journal, so let's see what that would look like. We're not seeing any of the papers now. That's crazy. Look at that. All the papers are gone. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, that'll work if I just pull this over. I think I'm going to tear this down just a smidge more just because I feel like I need that little bit more landscape here. So let me just tear about 1/4 of an inch off of that side. Let's see if we like that better. Yeah, that's better. I don't want to lose all of that beautiful, those beautiful layers. So that is perfect right there. So I don't think I like this on the end, so I am going to go ahead and cut it off. I'm not going to cut it perfectly or anything. I just don't want it to be so hanging over. There we go, like that. And put our bee right there. And I think this one I'll just find a word to put on, but again, I don't have any prepped at the moment. I need to probably just cut some more up or figure out where I stashed them. I've been moving the project bins and stuff around quite a bit lately, trying to find a better solution for keeping track. And so they're somewhere, I'm sure. There we go. So that is that. Simple, beautiful cluster, and I'll put a word or something on it. So we may not use a lot of those fussy cuts. So let's do this last one and then we'll call it a day. I didn't bring any of this stuff. So let's see what we have here. Oh, this is so pretty. Let me see if I've got any more of those little medallion things. They tend to fall to the bottom of the drawer and I lose track of them. Oh, like this is gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Should we use that? I think we should use that right there. Easy peasy. Okay. Let's go ahead and go in with some music paper on this one. So I'd be curious what the weather is like in your little circle of the world. I am not, I love the crisp fall air. I love the colors changing. I love all of that, but I struggle. I just struggle with fall. I struggle with things dying and having to wait for them to come back in the spring. It's really hard, and it's just a hard personal time for me just because of some of my history. But I'm learning to embrace it a little bit differently as time goes on. So I'm just going to tear this down a little bit. I would love to hear what your favorite season is, if you want to share. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at, so it's all we have is a scrap. Okay, just a plain scrap. This is a beautiful digital, by the way. And then a piece of book page or music paper or book page, and then a piece of vellum, and that is actually absolutely gorgeous. But I think I do want this on the edge because it kind of goes with that digital. So let's go ahead and just take this all the way home here and finish up. And again, I will do more off camera. So let me talk about the giveaway. So I am going to be doing, so for the next, let me just think about this for a second. Let's see. For the next 5 videos, okay, I'm kind of making this up as I go. So for the next 5 videos, not this video, well, let's include this one. So 4 plus the current video. So 4 more videos after this. Okay, let me back up. It needs to be 5, not counting this one, because we're already through the video. So basically, I would like to, I'm going to give a clue at some point in the video. I'm going to give a clue, and I'll let you know that it's the clue. And so when you comment on the video, you have to share the clue. Okay, so yeah, you have to share the clue. So everybody that shares the clue in any of the 5 videos will be entered into the drawing. So I'm hoping that that makes sense. It's a little bit different than what I've done before, but when I do drawings, I have so many people. It's really, really hard for me to record everything, sort everything, check the comments, record the comments. And this way I can just be looking for the comments that mention the clue. And it may or may not be craft related. It may or may not be bee related. It may or may not be personal. It might be personal information about me. I'm not sure. I am not sure, but that's my plan. So I'm just looking for another piece of lace here that we can use. Put under this one. So do we want something? Nope, not that. Nope. How about this? No, because we've got that. We don't need any lace because we've got the this border. So I am going to put a little bit of the cheesecloth here underneath there. This journal is very extensive. It's a 4-signature journal. It's mixed media galore. I mean galore, and I'm not even done yet. So so I want to be able to honor my my subscribers who are so dedicated to watching the channel and that kind of thing. So let's see how we want this. Do we want it like that? Yes. So I hope you guys understand what I mean and why I mean it. And all the details of that will be in the video description box of this video, as well as the 5 subsequent videos. So and that way I'll have a cutoff time for the drawing as well, because that can be a little bit tricky too. Oh, I just love that. Look at that. Oh. Okay, so let's get this inked up, and we're going to trim it down just a little bit on either end just to make it fit a little bit better. So let's put that on the back side. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I love it. So let's just go ahead and put a bead of glue back here. And I'm going to go ahead and, I think I want more of the green than I want of that lighter color, just my preference here. I'm going to go about like that. Okay. Press that down. And we're going to trim that off. And that is it for today, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you'll have a play at making some clusters. I do have a full cluster playlist, so if you want to see a little bit more in-depth and varied tutorials on how I do that, you can certainly check that out. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.